بيسعدنا أن يكون معنا اليوم السيد ألان ويليامسون الرئيس التنفيذي لشركة تعليم القابضة. Good morning, Alan. Great to have you here.
Good morning. صباح الخير.
صباح النور. Alan, like your role is very crucial. It holds lots of responsibility, accountability, sustainability for future generation. Were you always in the educational sector?
Not originally. I started life for a very brief period of time in the military, and then I actually had a passion for sport, so I was a referee. And actually being a referee, I think that's good training for being a teacher.
Yes.
And teacher is where my passion is, it's where my heart lies. So I taught children and then moved into school administration, and then I had a passion for administration and moved into management. And ended up in the UAE.
When did you end up in the UAE? Which year?
About 10 years ago. I came out to join an organisation called Kings, and then I moved to Taaleem.
Tell me about actually Taaleem. I know it's very famous, but like it's good to describe it from your words as the CEO of Taaleem. And actually, I'm curious to know, why did you choose Taaleem and why Taaleem chose you?
Wow, what a fantastic question. We have been around since 2003, and indeed, actually, in this Ramadan, we celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
We started with 3 schools across 3 curriculums, IB, UK, and American, and that was an attraction for me to join the company. I was also attracted by the values of Taaleem: respect, care, and inspiration. And also that they operated in both cities in the UAE. Yes. And now, of course, we operate in the Northern Emirates as well.
Amazing. And congratulations for 20 years anniversary.
Thank you. Shukran.
Alan, like, one of the questions I think as a mother ask, and I think many mothers and fathers, they ask for that, we are in the era of digital exposure. And I think our kids are so exposed to so many things. We don't know what they are. So which areas do you think we should focus on to protect and empower and give confidence and trust to our kids in order not to be, I think, absorbed by this negativity of digital exposure when it is negative?
Exactly. So schools have very strong safeguarding policies, child protection policies, and every teacher is trained to a high level. Personally, I think it's a balance. We're not going to stop the tide of technology. Children love engaging with it, and we have to see the positives of it as well as the dangers and challenges. And I think that's the role of a school, where we can embrace technology because it's very powerful in terms of learning, whether it's AI or the internet. We have to embrace it. But I do think we have to also be very, very aware and make our children very aware of the challenges. In particular, things like digital footprint. And now as an employer, who would have thought that one of the things you would do when you're selecting a candidate is to actually look at their digital footprint? And we have to teach that at an early age.
Exactly.
But for me, it's also about showing children the benefits of digital detox.
Yes.
You look at a school, science laboratories, football pitches, drama studios, auditoriums. We have to make sure that the expressive arts and sport and things like forest schools, and we call it desert schools here in the UAE, and embracing play-based learning. So that a child understands both in the home and in school that there is a world beyond their mobile phone.
Yes, exactly. And Alan, do you face it also, because you lead generations and you see kids of all ages, do you see that we lack the attachment and the love we used to have in our generation? As before we started the filming, I was telling you, I remember when I was a kid, if my mom gave me this angry look, for example, I don't sleep. I can't sleep until I have a comfort from her by hugging me, interacting directly. So interaction were person to person. These days they interact with digital interaction. So do you see this lack of attachment with kids?
Yeah, I think it was a danger, and we saw it during COVID, that like the world turned to online learning, and we were engaging through teams, and the beauty of a school is cooperative learning. You know in your life and my life that teams are actually so successful to, whether it's sport or whether it's industry or business, we work in teams. And, you know, I think the power of working together is so important. I don't believe fundamentally that most parents have lost that attachment to their children, the love, the cuddle that you talked about, or the opposite, the fierce look and when you know you've done something wrong. But, you know, it is a danger. We speak to concerned parents about teenagers in particular being locked in their rooms on their computer games, never off their mobile phone. And that's why in the previous question I mentioned the importance of digital detox and parents going the extra mile to ensure that dinner times or holidays are without the TV and are without technology.
Exactly. Actually, you're talking and you're making me think of I think so much work also, or responsibility is on the parents to monitor that and guide their kids, which is actually a very sensitive topic, I feel like, for future generations. Alan, for Taaleem, going back to Taaleem and what you're doing, what are the upcoming projects? Are you working currently on a project, planning for something upcoming?
Always planning and always growing, which is another reason why Taaleem were an attractive proposition. We IPO'd in November of last year, and we have a clear strategy. We're building 4 schools and putting 8,000 seats into the cities of Dubai and Abu Dhabi, brand new UK curriculum schools. So we're really excited about that. We acquired Jebel Ali School pre-IPO, and we'll be looking at the opportunities of acquisitions as we move forward.
Amazing. So you'll be very busy moving forward.
I'm always busy. Busy's good.
Yeah, exactly. Busy is always good. Alan, before we wrap up our conversation, for parents tuning in now and watching this episode, what is your advice to them to protect the kids, as we were talking about, or to empower their kids, or, you know, what's your advice in general?
I always take a pause when asked to advise parents. I'm a parent myself of 2 wonderful young ladies.
Bless them.
And it's not an easy, there's no rule book for being a parent. We're sitting in this incredible library, and actually if you said, what's the one piece of advice, I'd say, particularly from an early age, read to your children and with your children. Because reading for pleasure is everything. I was inspired when I came here by Isabel Belhoul, who runs the Emirates Literature Festival. And we work with the Emirates Literature Festival as a company. And she talks about that window that a book creates on the world. You can look into it, but you can also look beyond it and reflect and reflex from it. It's absolutely beautiful. So if I had one tip for parents, reading is at the heart of education. It's actually at the heart of mathematics, because you might understand the numbers in the question, but if you don't understand the question, then, you know, and also the importance of reading in Arabic, especially in this context, to create that love of Arabic language as well. So I hate giving advice to parents. I'm asked all the time, inspire confidence in your children, love your children, engage with your children, spend time with them, and that's so difficult with parents who are professionals. But the one thing I would say is foster that love of reading. Amazing, beautiful. Thank you for the wonderful advice. And thank you for being with us, Alan Williamson. It was wonderful having you. Shukran jazeelan. Thank you. Tikram. Thank you.